So 0, comma, negative 4, right? And I'm not going to bother to draw this on graph paper. When x is 1, I got 1 squared minus 4 is negative 3. When x is 2, I got 2 squared minus 4 is 0. 4 minus 4. When x is 3, I got 9 minus 4, or 5. And we got the other side as well. The graph is certainly symmetric with respect to the y-axis. Okay, so here's our graph of f of x equals x squared minus 4. Now, this average rate of change from x equals 0 to x equals 3, coming out to be 3, it tells us what? So what does that 3 give us with respect to this graph? The slope of the secant line, if you want to say secant line, the slope of the line through what points? You know, through 0, comma, f of 0, i.e. 0, comma, negative 4, and 3, comma, f of 3, which is 3, comma, 5. Okay? So the slope of the line through 0, comma, negative 4, and 3, comma, 5, the slope of that line is 3. Okay, and you know, if you just calculate the slope, you'd have 5 minus negative 4 over 3 minus 0. That's all we have there, right? 5 minus negative 4 over 3 minus 0. Okay, so the slope is 3. Okay, now remember in the previous section, we alluded to when you want to find a local maximum of a function, to the left of that x value, the graph was increasing, and then to the right of that x value, the function is decreasing. Okay, now we know when we have lines, if a line has a positive slope, then the line itself is what? Increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Okay, and if the slope of some line is negative, then that line itself is decreasing. Okay? Well, the fact that the slope of this line from x equals 0 to x equals 3 is a positive number, okay, means that on this interval from 0 to 3, the function is increasing. Okay, so finding slopes of lines is going to tell us information about where a function is increasing and where a function is decreasing, which when you get to calculus will help you find out, how to find the local maxima and the local minima, because a local minimum occurs when a function changes from decreasing to increasing. Okay, let me just make a little note here that since that slope is 3, which is positive, okay, then that means that f of x equals x squared minus 4 is increasing on the whole on the interval from 0 to 3. Now, I mean, it's more complicated than that, because a function could go up and down and up and yet on the interval from 0 to 3. I mean, it might have gone up and then down and then up again, but the fact that we get a positive slope means that, you know, from x equals 0 to x equals 3, ultimately the function went up, was increasing, ultimately, although, you know, lots of things could happen in the middle, which is why when we get to calculus, you need to be a bit more precise than that. Okay, same function. Let's find the average rate of change of this same function, but from a different x to a different x. So find the average rate of change of f from, say, x equals -2 to x equals 0. From x equals -2 to x equals 0. Okay? So, let's just write down what this is by definition. So average rate of change, if you want to write that, of the function f from x equals -2 to x equals 0 is, okay, so what is it by definition? This is your A, this is your B. So f of 0, f of the number after the 2, f of 0 minus f of -2, f of B minus f of A over B0 minus A -2. Okay? So this is your A. This is your B. And it's always f of B minus f of A over B minus A. All right, now we still got a function somewhere. F of 0, well, that was, you know, 0 squared minus 4, so that's -4. F of -2.
Minus the squared.
So -2 quantity squared minus 4 over 0 minus -2, which of course will be plus 2. Okay, 0 squared minus 4 is -4. Maybe I'll put parentheses around that just for a second. Minus, what's -2 squared minus 4?
0.
4 minus 4 or 0 over 0 minus -2. All right, so I got -4 over +2 or -2. Now, what does that number -2 mean on this graph? What does this give us on this graph? The average rate of change, you know, from x equals -2 to x equals 0. So the slope of the line from where x is -2, i.e. this point, -2, 0, to when x equals 0, namely the point 0, -4. Okay, so if I draw that line through those 2 points, where x equals -2 and where x is 0, then what's the slope of that line? And what did we find out that the slope was?
-2.
The number I just found was -2. Okay, and you know, if I just asked you to find the slope of the line through the 2 points, -2, 0 and 0, -4, you would just do 0 minus or maybe -4 minus 0, -4 minus 0 over 0 minus -2. Right, that's all you're doing. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Okay? And does it make sense that we get a negative slope for this line through these 2 points on this graph?
Yes.
Yeah, why does it make sense? Okay, because the line is going down. So the line is decreasing, okay, which means on the whole, this function is decreasing from x equals -2 to x equals 0. Okay? So since that slope is -2, which is again negative, the function f of x equals x squared minus 4 is on the whole decreasing from x equals -2 to x equals 0. Okay, so in the future, when you get to calculus, okay, when you're trying to find a local minimum of some function, okay, which here it occurs at x equals 0 is where the local minimum is, you're gonna need to find the number where the function changes from being decreasing to being increasing. That's what you're gonna have to do. Find that number where the function changes from decreasing to increasing. Okay, and that's, it's made very precise in calculus. Okay, now, one more. Same function. Okay, so let's find the average rate of change. Of this f, I'm just gonna write f again, f of x equals x squared minus 4, from x equals 1 to, I don't know how far I want to go. Maybe I want to go to 2, maybe I want to go to 1.5, maybe I want to go to 1.1. So who knows? Why don't I just say to 1 plus h? So x equals 1 to x equals 1 plus h. Okay, who knows what h is? Okay, so again, this is my a. My a is 1, and my b is 1 plus h. Okay. So my average rate of change, of f from x equals 1 to x equals 1 plus h is what? Where a is 1 and b is 1 plus h. So by definition, what is it? So f of b, but b is 1 plus h. So f of 1 plus h minus f of a, but a is 1. So f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 over b minus a. So b is 1 plus h and a is 1. What do we get in the denominator, really? H, right? Because the 1 plus h minus 1, the 1's cancel, and I simply get h. Okay, and the numerator, let me just write it this way, is f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 over h. Does that look like anything we've done? Okay, it's like a problem we have been looking at, except I don't have, the ones we've been looking at have been a bit more general. They've been f of a plus h minus f of a over h, but this is just a particular case of that. Okay. Okay, so I still got this function, f of x equals x squared minus 4. What is f of the quantity 1 plus h? Can we still see that? So 1 plus h squared, quantity squared, minus 4. Okay. Minus, okay, what's f of 1? So 1 squared minus 4. Okay, that's just a number. And that's all over h. Okay, how do you square 1 plus h? And several people forgot that exponents do not distribute over addition. What? That's what I thought too. A plus b quantity squared is not the same thing as a squared plus b squared. Okay, that's the kind of problem where us math teachers want to scream. Now, what do we get when we square a binomial? A plus b quantity squared is what?
A squared plus 2ab plus b squared.
A squared plus 2ab plus b squared, right? There's that 2ab in the middle. All right, so what do we get when we square 1 plus h? So 1 squared is 1, plus 2 times 1 times h is 2h, plus h squared, okay, minus 4, minus, let's just do this all together. What's 1 squared minus 4? Minus 3, so then you got minus a minus 3, which is plus 3, over h. Now let's see, we got 1 minus 4, that's negative 3. And then plus 2h plus h squared. And then minus a minus 3 is plus 3 divided by h. What happens?
Negative 3 cancels.
Okay, the negative 3 cancels with the plus 3. And so you end up with 2h plus h squared over h. And you notice that both of the terms in the numerator have h as a common factor. Okay, so you could take out that common factor of h, and what would be left? 2 plus h over h, and then what happens to those h's?
Cancel.
They cancel, and so we've got 2 plus h. Okay, so it's kind of weird, that's not a number because it's got an h in it, right? So we learned that the average rate of change of this function, f of x equals x squared minus 4, from x equals 1 to x equals 1 plus whatever h is 2 plus h. So whatever h is, the slope of that line is 2 plus whatever that h is, okay? So here's the point when x is 1 comma negative 3. I got 2 comma 0, 3 comma 5. And there's the other side as well, but I don't really care about the other side right now. So here's 1, okay? And then, okay, h is whatever it is. Okay, so, maybe that little distance is h. So from 1 to 1 plus h. Okay, then the slope of that line is 2 plus h. So in other words, okay, let's say I have a bunch of questions about find the slope of the line from 1 to some number, and then from 1 to some other number, and from 1 to some other number, and 1 to some other number. Let's do a bunch of those. Well, let's take a break first. Let's take a break first, because this gets kind of long and messy. Did anyone come in after I passed out exams? Because if so, I have about... Okay.